Hey everyone, in this video I'll demonstrate best practices to use Verbwire API keys, and to do that I've made this project, and before running the project we need to do some changes into the credentials.js file present in the root folder of the app. So first change we need to do is add our private key that we can get directly from the Verbwire dashboard here. Second change is add a public key that is unrestricted but have a scope added to it, and the scope is v1 NFT data only. So we can create a public key here, then go to edit and add a scope like this. Also we can add restrictions to it from here. So first thing is we need a public key that has just this scope added. Another one is another public key with this scope and your wallet address added as a restriction. So once we do this, we are good to go and ready to run this app. I've already deployed a version of it and we'll see that here. So when we go to private keys, it gives you the steps to use your private keys. And if we go to the example component, this example component shows how to implement private keys in the project. So what this does is we enter our wallet address here, and when we press quick mint, it calls its server-side API, and the server-side API calls Verbwire API on the backend and quick mints an NFT to this address. See, after a few seconds it says view transaction. When we view transaction, we can see that this is the transaction that has happened, and all of it happened on the server side, so the user cannot see your private keys. But just in case you need to do some client-side calls, we can use public keys for it. So we have two options, one is restricted public keys and another one is unrestricted public keys. So for unrestricted public keys, we have steps laid down here, and when we go to the example component, so in this component it checks for the NFTs that are owned in the given wallet, and it makes a client-side call. So if we press check, and it says 26 NFTs owned, because we have added this endpoint to the scopes of the public key. But if we try to run this endpoint, we have not added this to our scope, so this should ideally be giving an error. And see, it gives out error. And if we go to the restricted public keys, so the deployed project has the wallet address restricted. So if we enter any contract address, it will check for this address only. So if I've entered a contract address and I press check, it says it is a holder of that NFT from this contract address. If I change this contract address, it will still check but return false. But if I enter another wallet address and if I then trigger check, it will give out an error because we have restricted that wallet address to the public keys. So yeah, that was pretty much about it. Thank you so much for watching.